Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. Surprisingly, I decided, you know what? Screw the rest of the plans I had, because I just got something that I thought about earlier ago when I finished taking a shower. Yeah, I showered, guys, but wow, shocking. Anyways, so I was not even gonna try to soften it. I was thinking about what things annoy me and what I despise the most. And my goodness, there's a lot of things I don't like, and there's a lot of personal inner beef with just things that I deal with in my day-to-day life. Well, I'd say day-to-day, but it used to be, since I don't actually deal with it anymore, thankfully. But I used to deal with a lot of insufferable people, and my God, it's awful. That's all I can really say. And I was thinking about it, how I'm not very consistent, but the one thing that can keep me talking for ages is things that I hate. And honestly, I just want to put this out there, and it's not really specifically targeted on anyone, but I'm just speaking from what I went through. And honestly, it all started back in I don't know, when I was 12. Some about seeing a pattern where some people are just way too entitled or think that they're above and beyond everyone else. And I used to always be told that I should be the morally high ground person and not do anything. But I've been doing that for my whole life, and I'm gonna talk about the people that I don't talk to anymore, or just school friends, online people, things like that. No, none of that family stuff, because my family, that's another thing, and we're all chill, we're all fine. But no, I want to talk about the things with the people that I used to deal with, and sometimes I come across, or some surprisingly, some friends of mine. Well, I don't know how to really say friends, but you know who you are. I'm just tired of being the one having to just try to fix everything, or it's always about, oh, let people have their moments. They're in their moments. Where's my moment? Where's that? Why is it always someone else? But where's me time? It's always their time. I was about to say you, but yours. I bet you chill as fuck. But anyways, where's the me time? It's always someone else. With the people that I've dealt with, it's always something about talking about my problems, this and that. I'm feeling so mopey, blah blah blah. Fucking, I mean, yeah, everyone has their hardships. Shit, I go through mine. But the thing is, I don't ask for help. The only thing I want to do is just explain what's going on. Because if there's one thing that I hate more than talking about my problems, is people not understanding what's actually going on. I want to be cut and clear. I don't want to have people guessing on what I'm going through. If I have a problem, I'm just gonna talk about it, and that's it. I don't want no solution. But the most of the people that I deal with or talk to, by the way, when I'm saying the people that I talk to, I'm talking about folks that just want attention, basically. The ones that don't actually think. So this is not after everyone. This is after few specific people that choose to just get on my nerves. So yeah, see what I mean? I don't like someone misunderstanding anything. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. I don't know why. It's just this. Anyways, I hate that so I used to, back in 2023, I used to have a large friend group. Now I don't. I'm lonely as fuck. Yeah, whatever. I like it though. Anyways, I used to deal with a lot of people where they were like, "Oh, I'm so sad," or "Oh, I'm gonna cut myself," and this and that. Or like, "No, don't do that. That's so messed up. Please don't." And then I'd be like, or like, "Oh, I'm so sad. I'm just gonna, pew pew. I'm gonna kapow. I'm gonna do a backflip off this bridge or building." Ah, man, the bullshit that I went through. I can't believe I was gullible enough. But you know what? The one thing that I'm glad about all of that is that I went through it and now I don't have to deal with it anymore. And that's the only good thing about that, is that I understand it and no more bullshit. So if I see someone else doing it, I can see through them. And if they really want to help, then they would be okay. I'm getting ahead of myself. Like when I give people advice, or like when I tell them, like, my best information or whatever, like I'm trying to be a supportive person, not maybe this person's legit, like, I give everyone a chance before I judge them when they're going through a hard time, because you don't know what type of fuckery this is gonna happen. Basically, I assume, like, okay, this person's gonna take in my advice or just take in what I tell them. My advice is not 100%, but it's I give the most logical reasoning. And sometimes I don't want to be the one with all the thinking brain power. And I also have another thing to talk about with that whole helping someone out and the brain power thingamajig. But basically, when I would come across someone or these folks that I used to know, basically, I would like tell them a solution. Hey, just do this, or the best solution is to just don't do what you were thinking of doing. And then they're like, "No, I'm still gonna do it," or "Hey, look what I did a thing." Like, bro, shut the fuck up. Well, at the time I was like, "No, why'd you do that?" And I would get upset because I know at the time I genuinely cared. But now it's like I don't give a fuck, because I can tell these people are just doing it for the attention. So, like, I don't know if it's some kind of kink that they got is about people being sad for them or worrying about them, but it's really weird, and I will never understand it. Anyways, so after dealing with a few, maybe like 20 people, I learned my lesson. I know it took that long. It took that many people. I should have been like, maybe 5. Maybe it was 5. I don't remember. I'm just making up numbers because dramatic effect. Anyways, with knowing, since, like I said from the start, since 12, I've started having to read these people, having to read a lot of people in body language and tone and mood of situation. Just this background, there's two things going on. Just me being there and me managing. Okay, is this the right part to say, or what can I do? Or like, I'm not talking about every constantly. Only when like something bad happened, where I split myself apart and I put myself physically, but I'm also in the background, like, okay, so what to do, how to comfort this person, and then they would like, I'll give them a solution. I try to comfort them, they calm down, and then they get back to it the next day later. I'm like, all right, bro, get the hell out of here. And with that part coming, it makes me think, like, I don't know about, so I don't know if I said this or like I expressed this before, but I kind of wanted to be a therapist for people, because I know like most things to do, but I could definitely practice and do a lot better with helping people and give them the solutions, and maybe possibly save a life. But then with that comes the people who seek help but don't take the actual help, and gave me an insane whiplash on reconsidering of actually being a therapist, because I know there are many people who just want someone to, like, okay, there's a difference between having having a listening ear, which I can understand that, but then there's people who ask for solutions, who want help, but then when you give them help, they don't take that help. Those type of people are the ones that I'm referring to, and it really bothers me. It really makes me irritated, and that, with, like I said, with the whiplash, if I really go through with wanting to be a therapist, I'm gonna deal with a lot of people who do seek help, but then I'm gonna deal most of the time with people who just don't want to. Like, it's so easy to see that, and believe me, in my area, sometimes there's just more people who just want attention out of everything else. They don't even want help, even though they might be actually struggling. They'd rather choose the attention over, something that can be short-lived, and, like, why do they want to choose to have these problems with everyone? Like, another thing where people can't let go. Why? It's so infuriating, even when the situation is like minuscule, and it really riles me up. So right now I'm gonna tell you a story, and I'm gonna 100% gonna throw a friend under the bus right now. But so basically, there's this thing going on, yada yada. Two friends, like, he tells me he's this friend, like, something's going on. Their friendship is feeling weird. Whatever. Strangers. Okay, I give him an answer. If you don't do this now, then later you will become strangers. And, just do it as soon as possible. And then, you know what? Nothing has happened. I'm like, hey, what's happening? Has it been fixed? Nope. Well, have you done anything? Well, I tried to do this thing, but we're kind of quote unquote busy. Well, does it have to be well, it's because they said, well, it has to be on a Saturday or Sunday, something. I don't know, where we do. Can't you just talk it out in your free time? Like, I understand that things do take time, but the thing is, this has been going on for like about almost a year, I believe. So, can you really say, can I still be the one rushing? Like, I know it's not my problem, but the problem is that they come towards me for solutions. And I'm like, well, I already gave you the solution, and I told this person, hey, if you're not gonna take my advice like I told you, then you might as well just say goodbye to me, because I don't. This person knows I don't like dealing with people who can't. Like, I'm pretty sure, not to toot my own horn, but my problem solving was pretty top tier. It was right there, just there, cut and clear. You could have just done it. Do what I said, and you could have just not dealt with the head straining or whatever, migraines. But no, I would be in voice calls, and actually no, that's a different problem. Which, you know what, I'm just gonna get into it, because this is my video, my way. One thing I do hate is being in a voice call with friends, and then it just ended up being like saying nothing. Okay, I could have been watching a YouTube video, or instead I'm in a voice chat where I'm waiting for something, like and we just have these small conversations, like we're acquaintances. No, man. If I want to be in a voice call, we're gonna be talking the whole 3 hours. And if you don't want to do that, then fine. Let's just tell me that. Oh, that's another thing that I don't like. People that aren't direct. They want me to be guessing on their imaginary minds. They want me to. I do something wrong. What the heck? Like they told me something, and I'm like, what? Huh? And then like, and then it after like the fourth try of me saying, huh? They're like, you did this. You were supposed to do like, okay, just tell me straight up. Why is it so hard for you to tell me directly? I tell it to many people, like before we even get into a problem. Even if I know we're never gonna get into issues, I tell them, hey, if there's a problem between us, tell me straight up. I would like to know. But some of these people can't do that. It's like impossible for them to admit that there's a problem, and I would have to play some kind of. It's like they think that they think I got telekinesis. No, it's not telekinesis. You know what I mean. Read the goddamn mind. I'm not doing all of that. And I'm talking from my heart because I'm tired of doing all this like bullshittery of having to guess people. It's like playing Where's Waldo with people's emotions. It's ridiculous. Why do I gotta do that? Why can't you do that for once? Why am I the one expected to do all that thinking? Why am I surrounded being told that I should be the one who should be careful with everything? Why can't people be careful with themselves? Why am I the one having to baby-proof everything? And I was in the shower when I thought about this, and there's a lot more things in my head, but I don't know, man. It's just, it gets super frustrating, and I wonder if there's any more people just like dealing with people, surrounded by people that go through this. Because usually whenever I am going through something, all I want is to explain what's going on. That's it. I don't want anything else. I just want the people around me to know, hey, this is going on. I just want you to understand. I don't want no help. I don't want no listening ear. I just want you to understand. But when I say or speak out of something, they're like, oh, you're such a hypocrite. No, there's a difference between you and me, because you're seeking help, and I'm just wanting you to know what's going on. Even if they disagree, I don't care. I just want them to know what's my thinking process. But some people are just too entitled, especially online, and it's frustrating. And yeah, I just remember the whole being alone. Like, you know, I don't like being alone. It kind of sucks. I love talking. Like, you know, I'm here chitter-chatting my brains out. And I definitely like to talk with people. But sometimes I have a hard time, like, making new friends. Especially since, like, after 2023, after that, it's been unbelievably impossible to make new friends. And knowing the people surrounding me, I don't want to be friends with those kind of people. Those people, no. But the people just like me or similar to me are just the same way as me. They'd rather be alone than be with people. And I'm okay with that. I'm fine with being alone. Hell, what if I had no friends? I'm fine with that. At least I don't have to deal with some dimwit who I have to be playing Doctor Who, or be Doctor Strange and read through every possible multiverse. That's another thing. I gotta think through a million scenarios of what could possibly happen. And throughout all that, I decided, you know what, I'm no longer doing this. I'm so tired of having to cater on so many people who just won't give me the same respect. And not even respect, just decency. That's it. Just the bare minimum. Just don't be difficult, and I'll be less. And there's a huge line of like, you know, playing around and being friends, like jokingly, like, oh, I'm so depressed, I'm sad emo Bart, yeah, or like, oh, I'm actually depressed, or, you know, oh, I'm sad but not actually, and all I want is like people to feel anxious whenever I say something. Now that is, because I can tell when people are actually sad. And most of the time it is the people who are insufferable. But the thing is, those insufferable people don't want a logical solution. You give them a reasonable way to avoid these problems, or just, you know, maybe they're not in a safe place, but you can at least try to comfort them. They look at you dead in the eyes and look at you like you told them to rip their arm out. What do you mean you won't just... Then fuck you! I hope you get your ass beat or something. I hope they bully you more, because you're making me do all this, and yet you're not even trying. I'm putting my part and you're not putting yours. Come on. And there's a lot more I could probably say, but I think this is all I really want to say and just let out. Because usually I have these thoughts in my head and it goes through a lot of emotion. I think I wanted to experiment on this video and screw the other videos that I had planned to upload. Hell no. Anyways, I think I'm gonna be a little bit more calmer now.